Wagwan people, what you saying? It is I, Diligent Fingers, and welcome back to the Dressing Ground Vlogs. Yeah, man, welcome back to another video. I just wanted to say, sorry, apologies for missing the video last week. I did want to do it. There were some things that I wanted to say. There was a lot of stuff on my mind, but I wasn't in the right frame of mind to actually articulate it properly, to actually put it out there properly. And plus, like, I didn't want to do a video where it's basically just full of negativity. Like, not like damaging negativity or anything like that, but I just wasn't in a good frame of mind to be able to put out a positive video, or at least something that has some sort of life lesson behind it. And it's not to say that, like, oh, I'm full of life lessons or anything like that, but the best thing that I can do is go off my experience. And if there's anything that other people are able to pick out that can help them or that they relate to out of my experience, then at least I know I'm doing something right, you know. But there was a lot of stuff that was going on. There was a lot of things that had, like, knocked my confidence and self-esteem that has happened over the last few weeks. There was a lot of crisis of identity that was going on. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but those things really took hold last week. Excuse me. Even though I was trying my hardest to, like, just be positive about the situation, do you know what I mean? Just try and be productive about the situation. But when certain things happen where like, such as, like, having to sort of cut ties with friends, with family, with people that you care about, especially if they're big things that add to the makeup of you, do you know what I mean? It really takes a toll on your brain that you have to do that way, especially when it's in a bad way. Do you know what I mean? I don't like falling out with people. I don't think anyone does. I don't like falling out with people. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't like being confrontational with people that I love, people that I care about. But if there's one thing that you have to do in order to be able to push forward, move forward and progress, you have to be real with yourself. And as a result of that, you have to be real with the people that are around you. Do you know what I mean? There's one thing that I've always said, whether it's in any kind of situation, it's kind of universal really. You have to be real with yourself, and then once you're real with yourself, you can be real with other people. Do you know what I mean? And again, it doesn't mean that it's going to be in a spiteful or horrible way or anything like that, but, you know, it is the only way that you can move forward and you can stay on a progressive path. Do you know what I'm saying? So last week I had to really be real with myself, and instead of looking at what other people have done or other people have said, I had to really look at, like, how I handled the situation. You know, was it the best approach? Did I get too defensive about things? Do you know what I mean? Is there truth in what people are saying about me? Do you know what I mean? You know, to that last question, no, there's no truth in what people are saying about me at all. Especially if they don't know me, they don't know my life. Do you know what I mean? Or anything like that. And then it's even worse if they do know you, they do know your life, but yet they're still willing to put you under scrutiny in the same way that someone who doesn't know me is willing to put me under scrutiny. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can't, the outcome can't be the same at all if it's coming from different foundations, different roots and stuff like that. And, you know, like people have said before, and I've said before in previous videos, it can be a lot easier just to ignore the shit, just to ignore what people are saying and stuff like that. But again, when it comes from people that are close to you and people that you love, it really does knock your psyche to an extent. Do you know what I mean? So what did I do? What did I do to get myself out of that space? The one thing that you can always do, try and keep yourself busy. Try and keep yourself distracted. Not too distracted to the point where you're running away from a problem. Do you know what I mean? And to also to like recognize when you are running away from a problem and when you are just taking a break from it, just putting it to one side until you get to the stage and the point where you can actually deal with that problem even better and even more efficiently. You know, I had to really like take the steps to like really look at everything that's going on. Do you know what I mean? Because truth be told about the situation, do you know what I mean? Truth be told about it, I'm on my own. Like I put myself in a position where I have purposely placed myself on my own. Do you know what I mean? And that like it wasn't a case of I didn't have a choice. Yeah, I had a choice. The choice was stay in fuckery, stay with pain, or come out of it. Give myself the time to like figure things out for myself without the influence and the distorted perspectives of other people, very emotion-led perspectives of other people. You know, and really figure things out. Do you know what I mean? Really take the time to figure things out. If there's one thing that I've realised over the last sort of 12 to 13 months, because it's going to come up, so it's next month, April, is going to be a year of lockdowns and restrictions within the UK. Like that. And yeah, the one thing that I've realised, the main thing that I've realised for a lot of people, as well as myself, is that we've all had to learn to be our own therapists. We've all had to learn to be our own counsellors, and we've all had to really take a step back. And any issues that we had, they're glaringly obvious now. They're completely obvious now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't run away from them, especially if you're just stuck in your home. Like 95% of the time, you can't run away from these problems. They're there. They are there, and you have to confront them. So last week was a lot of that, a lot of sort of soul searching. Do you know what I mean? Asking myself the question, well, who am I? Outside of this, that, and that, who am I as a person? Do you know what I mean? And the greatest thing that I can take from what happened this week was me realizing that I am a good person. I'm not perfect at all, but I am a good person, and being a good person is probably the best thing that you can be, especially in this day and age. I hold no malice in my heart towards anybody. I hold no ill will towards anybody. I've made my peace with a lot of things that have ended up helping me feel liberated, helping me feel free, a lot freer than I did before, you know. And that's a valuable process to actually go through, and a valuable conclusion that you can come to. Because if you could truly say in your heart that you're a good person, do you know what I mean? Truly say that, knowing, like, not because you just want to make yourself feel better and you're telling yourself a lie, but truly say that you're a good person, then that is going to mean more to you than any amount of money, any amount of validation from anybody else is ever going to mean to you. Trust me, because if you are a bad person, and you know you're a bad person, you know you've made too many mistakes for people to be able to trust you in certain areas again, then you have to respect those people as well as respect yourself, and take that time out to rectify these things. Take that time out to earn that trust back, because trust is a two-way street. It is earned. It is not just given. Do you know what I mean? But if you're a bad person and you're willing to take the time to figure these out, figure out your flaws, do you know what I mean, and rectify them, regardless of how long it's going to take. Do you know what I mean? I'm nearly a 40-year-old man. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year in November. You know, I've lived a lot of life. I've seen a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that I can look back on my life and say, yeah, I didn't fuck anybody over. I didn't purposely, do you know what I mean, set out to hurt anybody. I wasn't devious or anything like that. Life has just been life. And the people that are most important to me, have I been there for them? Do you know what I mean? When I've needed to be. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I have. If I could truly say yes to all of these things, then it's fair for me to believe that I am a good person. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, once you get to that stage, you're being real with yourself. Even when you've realized you've made too many mistakes, once you've got to that point, you are being real with yourself. And then from there, you know how to be real with the people around you, how to be honest and truthful with the people around you. Truth, and I don't mean your truth or subjective truth or any, like, truth, the truth. That is such a valuable thing. It's dashed about as if it's not, as if it doesn't mean anything, but it really is about a valuable thing. And the main thing that I want to say to anybody is if your back is against the wall, yeah, you've got a load of people questioning your identity, scrutinizing your personality, insulting your intelligence to a sense, but you know the truth. Hang on to that. Don't give in and end up lowering yourself to the level of others. Hang on to the truth, even if it's going to hurt yourself. Hang on to that and let that lead your way. Hang on to the confidence and the belief that you have in yourself. Hang on to that, especially if you know you're a good person. I'm not trying to make myself out to be any kind of angel. I've made plenty of mistakes. Plenty of mistakes. But it's how you deal with making those mistakes and getting up from being knocked down that makes all of the difference. So hang on to those things. Hang on to those things that are the true makeup of who you are, not what other people think you are. Yeah. So with that, just want to move on to some other things. First off, thank you. Big shout out to everybody who's been paying attention either way, even though there wasn't a vlog, a dressing gown vlog last week. Big shout out to everybody who's been paying attention, subscribing, liking, following, all that kind of good stuff. There's been a massive surge this last week in my followers and my subscribers and stuff like that, which is amazing. I have no idea why, but I think it's amazing and it really humbles me. So thank you to all the new friends, all the new followers, all the new subscribers that have come through. It really does mean the world to me, and it lets me know that, you know, I'm doing things okay, I'm on the right path, sort of, and that, like, obviously it's going to take a lot more things for that to be confirmed, but, you know, just in general, the fact that there's progression going on, there's growth going on, do you know what I mean? I'm so thankful for that. So thank you to everybody who is showing some sort of support in some way, shape or form, you know. And that too, I wanted to start something basically. I've been getting a lot of books recently that I've really been enjoying as well, and that I think I should recommend to other people. I feel like I'm getting a cold, so I'm really sorry if, like, my voice is a bit mash up and that. But this week, or at least for this month, I'm going to do a book I'm going to do a book recommendation. Do you know what I mean? Each month, and this week's book is Who Say Reload, which is the stories behind a lot of classic drum and bass records. Do you know what I mean? And that absolute classics. I've been reading this book on and off, like I said, for like the last week, and there's some amazing stories in there. Me even being in the drum and bass scene for as long as I have done, there was still things in here that I learned that I never knew about before. Do you know what I mean? And I'm yet to finish it. And that book so far, it is an amazing book. And I got this book through Velocity Press, who are the people that are distributing the book. Do you know what I mean? You can follow them on Instagram, or you can just find their website, Velocity Press, and that's where you'll be able to get a fair few actual drum club and electronic music books through there that teach you about the history of your favorite electronic genre and stuff like that. So yeah, Who Say Reload and that wicked book, Velocity Press, you can get it from there. I'll put the link in the description of this video as well, and that, so you know, you'll be able to get it for yourself. Also, want to send a massive shout out to everybody who's been supporting the new D&B MC vocal pack, myself and Mad Rush, that we've just put out there on by the producer. I've had a couple of tunes sent back in, not necessarily for me to put out there or anything like that, but I want to hear what everybody's doing. So I've had a couple of tunes sent back in, which are really good, and that, like, I really like the ideas of them and stuff, and giving a bit of feedback to them as well. But to everybody who's supporting the new D&B MC vocal pack with myself and Mad Rush, thank you so much. And lastly, also, I want to send a massive shout out to everybody who joined me on Seizure Sundays. Seizure Sundays is back, where I play a scary game and I try my hardest to actually complete it this time, rather than just giving up because I'm too scared of what's going on. And last night we did the first part 1 stream of me playing Alien Isolation, and that, big shout to the pick and mix lot that joined in: Reese, Tripzilla, a couple people, Salvage, Tufty, a few people that were in the chat and really helping me out whilst I was playing the game for the 3 hours. The highlights of that, or maybe even the full stream, will actually turn up on YouTube as well, and maybe some clips that I'll be able to put up on Facebook and Instagram as well, so look out for them and that. But if you don't follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/DillyFingers, DILI Fingers, and you'll be able to see some streams, other gameplay, all that kind of good stuff. But massive shout out to everybody that turned up and watched the stream and helps me out, because I was getting really frustrated with some stuff on that game as well and that. But yeah, man, I'm going to be back with that next Sunday as well at 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. GMT time. Every Sunday we're going to be playing Alien Isolation, and we're going to finish it. We are going to finish it this time. I'm not going to give up like I did with Layers of Fear and like I did with Outlast and Outlast 2. I need to go back to those games and finish them, but we're going to stick with this one for now. And that, so yeah, man, if you haven't seen it, go onto my Twitch channel and you'll be able to watch the full stream there, or just look out on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube for clips, highlights, and maybe the full stream on those platforms as well. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling, and that it's not actually in the middle of the night, and that I'm actually getting a good amount of sleep. I've actually got a decent sleeping pattern this time, and that, so yeah, man. So, but yeah, anyway, I'm waffling now. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week. Take it easy. As always, blessings to you all.